Handre Pollard just scored his first try for the Bulls, and it didn't matter. The 16 million rand man missed two crucial penalties, and the Bulls lost again, 13-8 against the Stormers, their sixth straight defeat. And what the media said about Pollard's performance will shock you. This is a disaster, and it keeps getting worse. Watch this. The Bulls are in complete meltdown. They signed Pollard to save their season, and he finally played a full match, scored a try from a quick tap penalty, and still couldn't get them a win. He missed two penalties in the 54th and 56th minutes that would have put them ahead. The conversion missed two, 1 out of 3 kicks. And rugby analysts said for a double World Cup winner, he was poor on the day. If you're not subscribed to see how bad this Bulls crisis is getting, hit that button right now because this story gets insane. Subscribe now. Let me explain how brutal this situation is. The Bulls brought Pollard back to South Africa on a massive 16 million rand contract specifically to fix their problems at fly half and turn their season around. But he's barely played because of those mysterious resting protocols we covered. When he finally gets a full game against the Stormers, it was supposed to be his moment to prove he's worth the money, score some points, kick the goals, lead the team to victory. And what happened? He scored one try, which should be great news, but then missed the conversion and two penalties that would have won the match. The Bulls lost 13-8. That's their sixth consecutive defeat. They're sitting in 10th place in the United Rugby Championship with the worst start to a season in 5 years. Johan Ackerman is under massive pressure. Fans are furious. Season ticket holders feel robbed, and their star signing just had a performance that got described as poor by the media. This is a complete disaster. And if you're watching this right now without being subscribed, you're missing daily Bulls crisis updates that everyone else is watching. Thousands subscribe every day. Don't be the only one missing out. Hit subscribe now. Okay, so let's talk about the one positive moment Pollard had in this match, the try. It came from a quick tap penalty where Pollard saw space, took it quickly, and dove over the line. First try for the Bulls. The crowd erupted, thinking this is it. This is the moment Pollard takes control and leads us to victory. But then, watch what happens. He lines up the conversion, easy angle, and misses. The crowd goes silent. You can feel the confidence draining. That miss set the tone for everything that followed. Here's why that try is actually bittersweet. Yes, it shows Pollard still has the awareness and skill to spot opportunities and score. That's the good news. But the bad news is it highlights how desperate the Bulls are for any positive moment that they celebrate a try like it's winning the World Cup. This is Handre Pollard, double World Cup winner, one of the greatest goal kickers in history. Scoring a try from a tap penalty should be routine, not a highlight reel moment. The fact that Bulls fans were so excited about it shows how low expectations have fallen. Now here's where the match was lost and where Pollard's performance went from disappointing to devastating. In the 54th minute, the Bulls get a penalty in kickable range. Pollard lines it up, kicks, and misses. The score stays 8-6. 2 minutes later, another penalty. Again in range. Again, Pollard steps up. Again, he misses. If he makes even one of those kicks, the Bulls are ahead. If he makes both, they're up 10-6 and probably hold on for the win. Instead, the Stormers score again and win 13-8. What makes this even more painful is who Pollard is. This man has kicked pressure goals in World Cup finals. He's nerved kicks that won championships. He's supposed to be ice cold under pressure. But in this match, when the Bulls desperately needed him to deliver, he went 1 for 3 on kicks, 33% success rate. That's shocking for any professional kicker, let alone someone of Pollard's caliber and reputation. Before I show you what happened after the match, make sure you're subscribed because the fallout from this is crazy. Hit that button now. You don't want to miss what's coming. The aftermath of this match is where things get really ugly. Rugby journalists who watched the game said that for a double World Cup winner, Pollard was poor on the day. That's a brutal assessment. They also noted he was visibly exhausted at the end, described as blowing wind, which means completely gassed. Remember, this is a guy who's supposed to be fresh because he's barely played due to those resting protocols. How is he that tired after one full game? Johan Ackerman tried to defend the performance in the press conference, saying we did enough to win, but the reality is they didn't win. That's 6th straight losses. The Bulls are in complete freefall. Ackerman is already under massive pressure after inheriting the mess that Jake White left. And now his big signing, the player who was supposed to save everything, just had a nightmare performance when it mattered most. The Stormers, meanwhile, are undefeated, 10 wins and 0 losses. They're destroying everyone in the URC, while the Bulls can't buy a victory. The gap between these two South African franchises has never been bigger. And the worst part? The Bulls knew this derby was crucial. They knew they needed Pollard to perform. And he scored a try, but missed the kicks that would have won the match. That's the kind of heartbreak that destroys seasons. So let me recap this disaster. Handre Pollard scores his first try for the Bulls from a quick tap. Great moment, then misses the conversion. Then misses 2 crucial penalties in the 54th and 56th minutes that would have won the match. Bulls lose 13-8, 6th consecutive defeat. Pollard gets called poor by the media. He's visibly exhausted despite barely playing. Ackerman says we did enough to win, but they didn't. The crisis at Loftus-Versfeld gets worse. This is a complete meltdown. If this Bulls disaster shocked you, destroy that like button. Subscribe and smash all notifications because tomorrow I'm revealing why Pollard is really being rested so much, and the truth will blow your mind. Drop a comment saying crisis if you think the Bulls season is over. The 16 million rand man can't save them. Johan Ackerman is in serious trouble. This is the worst Bulls team in 5 years. See you tomorrow with the real story. Peace.